All right, so we're going deep dive today into the world of notebooks.
Ooh, notebooks.
I know you're out there, you're trying to like really step up your notebook game,
Yeah.
whether it's for like big important meetings or just, personal use. I mean, who doesn't love a good
Yeah.
notebook?
Everybody loves a good notebook.
Right. But also we don't want to spend like our entire paycheck on a notebook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Gotta find that balance, right?
Yeah. So today we're really excited to dig into this article by Leo Shia.
Oh,
He's the CEO of Lion Paper.
oh wow.
They actually make custom notebooks.
Cool.
So this is going to be good. The title is Maximizing Your Budget, Smart Strategies for Notebook Purchasing.
I like it.
So I feel like we're going to get some serious insider tips here.
Yeah, definitely. And it's cool because he's coming at it from, that business owner perspective.
Totally. And he starts off the article with this idea that like cheap notebooks might actually be more expensive in the long run.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So tell me more about that.
So basically, like, think about it. If you're giving out notebooks to clients and the pages are super thin, the ink bleeds through it, falls apart after like a week.
Yeah, it's like flimsy.
Yeah, exactly. It sends a message, right?
Totally. It's like,
So-
well, we cut corners here, so
yeah, exactly.
maybe we cut corners everywhere.
Exactly. And that's not the impression you want to give, especially when you're trying to build a brand that people trust.
Absolutely.
Right.
All right, so lesson one, don't skimp on quality.
Right.
But how do we find that sweet spot?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want the quality, but we also have to, think about our budget.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Chia really emphasizes knowing your priorities first.
Okay.
Like, are you treating yourself to like a beautiful luxury journal?
Right.
Or are you getting, a bulk order of like branded notebooks for a conference?
Right. You wouldn't buy a sports car to haul lumber.
Exactly. You got to
Yeah.
think about what you're using it for. So before we even start looking at prices, what are some things that we should be thinking about?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
he talks about paper quality as being like the most important thing. So like GSM grams per square meter.
I've seen that,
Yes.
but I never really understood what it means.
It's basically like the thickness of the paper.
Okay.
So the higher the GSM, the denser and more durable the paper is.
Makes sense.
So he actually suggests like 100 to 120 GSM for a premium feel,
Oh, wow.
which would make sense for like a client gift or if you're going to use it for a really long time.
Oh, yeah. So the cheap notebooks I always buy are probably like 60 GSM.
Probably even lower.
Oh, no.
He says for like everyday use, 70 to 80 is a good balance
Okay.
between quality and cost effectiveness.
All right. So paper quality, check. What about customization?
Oh, yeah.
I always feel like that's only for like companies with like tons of money.
That's actually a really good point, and that's where it gets interesting because his company, Lion Paper,
Yeah.
they're all about making customization accessible. They have all these different tiers of customization, so you
Mhm.
can choose what level of detail and features you want to fit your budget.
So you're saying I could like get my logo or some cool design on there without having to like sell a kidney.
Exactly. It could be as simple as like a debossed logo,
Yeah.
or you could go all out with custom colors, special paper types, pen loops, pockets.
Wow.
Like, they work with you to find a good balance.
This is blowing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
I never realized that customization could be so approachable.
It's about finding the right manufacturer, one that understands what you need and is flexible.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This is making me rethink my whole like notebook strategy.
Yeah.
So we've got paper quality customization.
Mm.
What about ordering in bulk?
Ooh.
That feels like something I should be doing, but it always seems a little intimidating.
Yeah, I think a lot of people feel that way, but she actually has some really good points about this.
Okay.
So, yeah, it can seem like a big step to order in bulk, but it can actually save you a lot of money.
Is it just because you get a discount when you buy more?
That's part of it. Yeah, manufacturers can offer you a lower price per notebook when they're making bigger quantities, streamlines things. Sometimes they even use less packaging,
Oh, that makes sense.
but there's a strategic element to it as well.
Okay. I'm listening.
Think about consistency. If you're using notebooks for your brand, having a consistent supply of the same high-quality notebook, really reinforces that image.
Yeah.
And you're not like scrambling every other week trying to find new ones.
Right. That's true. I never even thought about that.
Totally. And if you plan ahead, you can actually time your bulk orders to coincide with manufacturer promotions or seasonal discounts.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah,
So you're maximizing your savings even more.
exactly.
Okay, now I'm really feeling like the bulk order power move.
I love it.
But didn't Shia also give like a pro tip about storage space and shelf life?
Yes, he did, and it's so important. Before you go crazy and order like a million notebooks, think about where you're going to put them.
Yeah.
A damp basement or like a super hot attic is not a good place for notebooks.
I've definitely learned that the hard way.
Yeah.
Like a box of notebooks left in a humid garage.
Not good.
Not good.
And also, how quickly are you actually going to use these?
Right.
Because they can degrade over time, especially certain types of paper.
Right.
So it's really about, finding that balance between saving money and making sure you're buying responsibly.
Yeah. So bulk ordering, amazing strategy when done right.
Yes.
But think of the practical stuff.
Absolutely. Now, there's one last thing that he really emphasized, and it's so simple, but I think a lot of people forget about it.
Okay, what is it? The secret notebook handshake.
Not quite.
Okay, it's samples.
Wait, so you mean I don't have to just, cross my fingers and hope the notebook I ordered online actually looks like the photos?
You should never do that.
Yeah.
You've got to order samples.
Yeah.
It's just a small investment that can save you from a lot of disappointment and potentially even money in the long run.
Right, because if you order a bunch and you hate them,
Exactly.
then you're stuck with them.
Think about it like a test drive for your notebook. I like that.
You wouldn't buy a car without driving it first, right?
That's true.
You get to feel the paper, see how the ink looks on the page, test the binding, see if it's good quality.
This reminds me of that time I ordered a bunch of notebooks online and the pictures looked amazing.
Oh.
But when I got them, the paper felt like sandpaper.
Oh,
and my pen kept skipping. It was a nightmare.
And that's exactly what samples are for.
Right.
To prevent that from happening. So you can really experience it firsthand and make sure it's what you want.
Okay, so before we get all excited about placing those bulk orders and getting all this cool customization,
right,
we got to remember the samples.
Yes, samples are key. They're your secret weapon in finding, the perfect notebook.
I love that we're going beyond just, finding the cheapest option.
Yeah.
Shia's article is really about making good decisions that lead to greater value.
It's about understanding all the little things that actually make using a notebook enjoyable.
All right, whether you're a business professional trying to make an impression or you're a passionate journaler looking for the perfect place to write down your thoughts.
Every time you buy a notebook, it's like a chance to express your style.
Yeah.
Your values.
Yeah.
Your commitment to quality.
It's a statement.
It's a statement.
Okay, so I'm feeling pretty empowered to navigate this notebook world now.
Good.
But there's one question I keep thinking about.
Okay, let's hear it.
If you could design your dream notebook, what would it look like? What features would it have? What would make it really special?
Ooh, that is a good question. I think my dream notebook would have to have that really thick, luxurious paper.
Yeah.
Maybe 120 GSM,
Oh, yeah.
where the pen just glides right across.
Totally. And for me, it would have to lay flat.
Oh, yes.
I hate when you get to the center and you can't write properly.
The binding, yeah.
Because the binding's all
Yeah.
ugh.
A lay flat binding is essential.
Yes. Especially if you like to sketch or draw.
Oh, for sure. And speaking of pens, my dream notebook would have to have a pen loop.
Yes.
A perfectly sized pen loop. So my favorite pen is always right there.
You're reading my mind. I was also going to say it would need a little secret pocket in the back.
Oh.
For holding important notes or ticket stubs.
Yeah.
Maybe a pressed flower or two.
I love that.
Just little treasures.
It's amazing how this deep dive is making us think about all these cool notebook ideas.
I know, right? And it's so fun. Liu Shi's article wasn't just about saving money.
Right.
It was about really upping our whole notebook game.
Yeah, he really made us think about all the possibilities.
Totally. Notebooks can be so much more than just, something to write on.
Yeah, they can be beautiful.
Yeah.
They can be inspiring.
They're an extension of ourselves.
Yes, exactly. And I think that's the biggest takeaway here.
Yeah.
There's no one perfect notebook. It's about finding the one that works for you.
Right, that speaks to your needs and your style.
Exactly. So as to all our listeners out there, we want to encourage you to really embrace your notebook love.
Yes.
Don't settle for anything less than a notebook that brings you joy.
Yes. Go forth and find your dream notebook.
Find that perfect notebook.
That's it for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.